Hey everyone, this is Luminous coming to you guys with a pro Dota commentary. This commentary is affiliated with DC, and for more commentaries and content, check us out on DotaCommentaries.com. This is Game 2 of the Best in 5 series between Tyloo and LGD.sGty. This is the CREG-G finals. And if you haven't watched Game 1, stop this commentary and go watch it now, because this is a Best of 5 series, so you should watch them in order. And secondly, picks and bans from this game will be affected by the result of Game 1, which I'll be spoiling right now. Game 1, Tyloo took the game in the most stompy fashion I've ever seen. It was just a total rape. It was a Pugna Morphling rapage, and that's it. That's all she wrote. And right now we see LG right off the ban banning the Pugna, and I won't be surprised at all if they ban the Morphling as well. I mean, what do you expect? You give Morphling to Sea King, and you're gonna be seeing some surfs and hydro cannons and some shit. Like it was just ugly. I think Morphling in that game had 10 creep kills per minute if you added the denies and creeps together. Like it was in like by minute 7 or something. It was just insane. So we'll see how the LGD responded there. LGD had a pretty interesting strat. They went for early pushing strat, except they never pushed because they couldn't. The pressure from the Scourge, Tyloo's Morphling, Pugna, and Brewmother was just too much of a combination. And looks like they are going to get rid of the AA as well. Tyloo, they're sitting pretty. They're up a game. They could, they could play their standard game. And like I said in Game 1 of the commentary, I believe Tyloo is one of the best team to make no mistakes. I have never really seen Tyloo make mistakes. I have seen CCM make mistakes from time to time, but Tyloo is one of those teams. Like if you watch professional sport, there's always one team that just don't make mistake. You know what I'm talking about? They might not be the best team in business because they lack the flair, they lack the, I guess, the virtuosity. Is that even a word? But you guys know what I mean, right? A team that just does well just on the back of not making any mistake. And I think in Dota, in Chinese Dota, Tyloo, in my opinion, is one of those teams. I have never really seen them make mistakes. And LGD, in my opinion, they kind of go big and go home a lot of times. They go for some very risky ganking strats. They go for some very risky pushing strats. They banned the Morphling here, which, what can I say, right? Now let's go back to LGD for a second. They still can go into for that ganking and pushing strat, the one that I keep talking about, the Clockwork, the Fairy-on, a jungler, and either a Weaver, a Morphling, a Syllabare, something like that. All of them are pretty good. Let's see if they're going to go into it. I think Tyloo is definitely expecting it, so all these picks and bans, I'm pretty sure they're taking account of the possibility of LGD going to that picks. Now, some of the heroes that are not banned right now, which I'm definitely sure that is going to be first pick, it's more, let's see what this last ban is going to be, but there's a Lich in the pool, there's a Weaver in the pool, there's a Storm in the pool. I think last game we all have forgot about Storm. Storm definitely a strong hero in this version. Let's see what Tyloo is going to be banning. I mean, if they ban the Lich, the Scourge is going to pick up the Weaver. If they ban the Weaver, the Scourge is going to pick up the Lich. So a good possibility of pick and ban analysis is that Tyloo is not going to ban either of them and force LG to pick up one of them, and then Tyloo is gonna pick up the other. Sometimes when I go do like picks and ban as the captain, I run into this possibility. Like there's two good heroes in the pool, and I don't want the other team to pick up one of them, so I ban neither. And it looks like they're gonna ban the Bat Rider, which it's a good hero. It deserves a ban, but I don't think it precedes Lich or the Weaver. And let's see what LGD picks up here. I think both heroes, they don't even think about it. They pick into the Weaver, and that will allow Tyloo to pick up the Lich, and another very good hero. Clockwork could be a possibility. I think Line would be really good. I think picking Line so early into the pick phase is not that good, because I mean, Line, although a good hero and he does counter the Weaver, when you pick up such an early Line in a Chinese game, the other team will know you will put the Line mid. And in that essence, Line's a good solo hero, but there's a couple counters to the Line as well. So if you pick up the Line so early, the Scourge team can counter you. And Tyloo's going to go back into their Lich and the Enchantress, which, by the way, Awoke play a pretty good game in Game 1. Got some crucial ganks on YYF's Clockwork and push down some early tower. That's really what you want from an Enchantress. Get some ganks in, get some push in, and then get some early mid-game DPS, get a Arcane Boots, and just win the game, hopefully. And they're going to go back to that. And right off the bat, creeps, chain frost, some very strong mid game DPS, impetus, some good mid game DPS off Tyloo, but it's still not revealing their strat because again, Lich could solo, could long lane solo, could do a tri lane. Most likely we're gonna see a or not trialing, a dueling Lich because we have Enchantress in the jungle. So they're keeping their picks very obscured. You still don't know what Tyloo's doing. They could go into the Spectre if they want to. They could go for a Solar Bear and go for some very early game strat. Now, I know that the LGD team won't be picking up a Solar Bear in this case because there's a Lich already picked up. I mean, you could still always pick up the Solar Bear against the Lich because the Lich is not going to frost armor the tower, that's not going to work. Which, by the way, whenever whenever Treant gets into competitive gaming pool, I think Treant could be a counter pick against Solar Bear. I mean, well, not counter pick, but like it does well, right? If he pushes your tower, you living armor. Can you living armor towers now? I know I think you still can. Yeah. It's an aura now. Like I haven't read the changelog, so I'm not too sure. We see Visage and Venge being picked up for the LGD team, and I think they're gonna go for some laning dominance. In game one, I think what LGD went for is for some mid-game dominance in terms of push, but then they just lost the laning phase because the Shaker, the Morphling, and the Enchantress push was just too hard to handle, and they lost like 2 towers in like 2 minutes or something. So in this game, they're going to transition into some laning dominance, which is going to be great against the 2 picks from Tyloo, because if you look at it, Tyloo has a dude in the jungle, a chick in the jungle, and that means you're going to have a duel lane somewhere. And when you have pick up a Visage and a tri-lane against a duel lane, you are going to go to town in terms of killing them. Like, you're gonna be doing some rapage. Now, it really depends whether they're gonna put the Weaver in the tri-lane or another hero in the tri-lane. I think Weaver in the tri-lane is not bad, but he doesn't nuke that hard. So you can't really feel that Soul Assumption charge as easily as we see Tyloo picks up a Spectre, which, it's a standard pick. I think Spectre plus Lich is pretty good, but you're gonna run into the trouble of the nuking tri-lane. If LGD successfully pairs up a tri-lane against Tyloo, like, you're pretty much F. Your tri-lane's not gonna have a chance. Windrunner being banned, which I think is more or less a respect ban against super, because he has some super shackle shots. And once they pick up the Windrunner, they are definitely gonna put him mid. But going back to this tri-lane matchup, if we see the Lich Spectre goes up to the current 3 picks from LGD, I think Tyloo's gonna have a hard time. Although there's no guarantee that they're gonna put the Weaver in the tri-lane, because Weaver tri-lane is okay, but in combination with the Visage, you don't do enough burst damage as quick enough. So there's a possibility that Weaver is gonna be doing the solo. We don't know. I don't know. We'll see though. Let's see what Tyloo's gonna be picking into. They need a solo mint right now. I'm not too sure whether we see a Broodmother ban. Not too sure what that's about. We see, I'm not too sure what Super can play in terms of the solo mid. There's that Storm Spirit still in the pool. Shadow Fiend is in the pool, although we haven't seen Shadow Fiend being that successful in this version. Shadow Fiend also doesn't do that well against a Weaver, because one of the best thing about a Shadow Fiend is raising. And either when they're running to you or they're escaping from you, you could layer XYZ or not XY ZXC raises. But against the Weaver, because he has such high mobility, Shadow Fiend's not a good pick. And also there's a swap to cancel your BKB ult. So I don't think Shadow Fiend is going to be a good pick here, and I don't think Tyloo is going to pick into Shadow Fiend. And I know that for sure, but I don't know why I spent 2 minutes talking about Shadow Fiend. He's not even an important hero in this version, but whatever. Meanwhile, the Scourge team bans the Clockwork, which I guess okay, it's a good ban, but although I'm not too sure whether Tyloo was looking for a Clockwork anyway, he is going to fill that long lane solo role, but I think there's still other heroes in the pool. Well, actually, I'm not sure about that anymore. Let's see what they're going to do for the long lane solo. There's a Venomancer ban. I'm not too sure what Venomancer will do against this lineup either. Both these teams, I'm not too sure if they don't know what to ban, or they're banning some like obscure hero, or their pick and ban analysis mindset is just like so elite that I'm just too noob to understand it. I think the second reason is more likely. Let's see what LGD is gonna pick right now. They could complete their tri-lane, or they could pick up their solo mid, or they could pick up the long lane hero, because Weaver can go into tri-lane or not. I have no idea what they'll pick in here. I think actually picking up a Lina would be really good. It fills the tri-lane. They're going to go into line. Yeah. I was talking about why Lina would be good in that case is that you could I mean, you see pretty squishy heroes on Sentinel, right? Spectre is going to be some pretty tanky, but the Lich and the Enchantress is going to be pretty squishy. So you could pick up the Lina to nuke the shit out of her, nuke the shit out of them. But line fills the role perfectly, and also if you pick up the line again, you're gonna be denying some solo mid heroes because line does really well against a Storm Spirit. So now we're most likely not gonna see Tyloo pick up a Storm Spirit in this case. I think he does pretty well against a Shadow Fiend in that case, but hey, they're not gonna pick up a Shadow Fiend either. And now I think LGD in this game has the better picks. We're only 4 picks in for a Scourge and 3 picks in, but you can see that the Scourge picks is very restrictive against Tyloo. Like Tyloo can't do some heroes, even though they're gonna be good. And also, there's really no good heroes left for a solo mid and a long lane solo. You can see Tyloo just going down in terms of the counter. They're gonna go into Puck. Puck is gonna be a good pick. Yeah, I totally forgot about the Puck here. Puck is gonna be good if Puck lanes against a tri lane. He's gonna be okay. Like I won't say he will win the lane, but Pug won't get the tower pushed as quickly because you do have an illusory orb, and also you have a pretty good escape mechanism. Also, Dream Coil is gonna be cheese against all these casters. Dream Coil, Waning Rift is gonna be cheese. So let's see how this Scourge team is gonna be responding. Non-main hero actually does well against Puck, because how do you actually counter Puck? I guess Silencer counters the Puck, but there's no way the Sentinel, the Scourge is gonna pick in just Silencer. I guess they could do a Silencer tri-lane, but I haven't seen one of those since ages, since I guess 6-9C. But really curious. I guess they could do a Weaver carry, like a hardcore Weaver carry, and then do a semi carry. If I was in the Scourge position, I would pick up a Potom, a good escape against the Puck, pretty good semi carry, good escape against the Chain Frost, against any Enchantress gank. That's what I would do. But the Chinese would never do that. They never ever pick the Potom for, well, they never pick the Potom for a long lane carry, a long lane solo. And they are going to pick up a Witch Doctor, so that means we're going to see a Weaver on the long lane. We're going to see a trialing of the Witch Doctor, Visage, and Venge, and a solo mid line. So we're going to see some very early game. I'm not too sure whether the Witch Doctor is the best of pick, especially after this Puck, because if he gets a Waning Rift on you, you're pretty much done as a Witch Doctor. You're pretty much done as the entire Scourge lineup if he gets a good Waning Rift in. And also, the Witch Doctor doesn't do much against a Chain Frost. I was more expecting a Chen of some sort, or more of a jungler of some sort, but hey, I always want to see some Chen Enchantress action. We saw in game 1, but that game was so short. But let's see. We're gonna see a Storm Spirit. Wow, that's very surprising. And I spent like 10 seconds talking about, oh, Lion's gonna be really good against Storm, and we're not gonna see Sentinel picking into the Storm. But they're like, Luminous, yo, calm down. And they're gonna pick up a Storm, which, I mean, it's gonna be surprising because Lion out DPS the Storm physically in the early stage of the game. Lion has a way better of a AoE nuke, so you can harass and farm against the Storm. And you have a longer attack range as well, and I think it has higher base damage. No, base damage is about the same. I guess Storm Spirit has a higher base damage, in fact. But I think Lion definitely will outlane the Storm through just better range and a better nuke range and better attack range. Do they have a smoke of the sea? I don't see anyone. They do have a smoke on the Witch Doctor. Let's see if they can find anyone. Yes, we're gonna see the matchup of the tri-lane versus tri-lane. I think with this lineup, LGD is definitely to look to win the early game. Like, this lineup is not going to go late. Yeah, Weaver could go somewhat late. Great ward being dropped by the Vengeful Spirit. They do suspect the Enchantress to be defensive jungling. That ward is going to mess it up really hardcore. That means Enchantress could only get this camp. Now, if you want to be really hardcore about it, you could also drop a Sentry Ward over here, or Observer over here. That would also see the rune spawn, and also will block this camp, and that would just make Awoke. Why don't you name yourself Awake? Like, Awoke is just, I don't know. Anyways, that would just make Awoke crazy if he drops a ward there. Let's see if that's what they're gonna do. I never seen the Chinese do that. Are they gonna do it? Venge is standing on the camp. Venge, yes, man. Okay, yeah, Awoke's gonna be like, yo, that's some hate going on. We're going to see ZSMJ on the top Weaver. And Weaver is going to do a great job against a Fairy Dragon. Yes, I mean, Fairy Dragon can sort of lane okay, but between Sakuchi and Gemini attack harasses, Puck is going to just lose the lane. So I think the laning phase, we're going to have Lion beating the Storm mid. We're going to have the Weaver beating the Puck top, and the Tri-Lane beating this dueling at bot. So every single lane, in theory, should be won by the Scourge team. But whether that will happen, we have yet to see. We're gonna have Super on the Storm. Yes, Super is on the Storm. Super has a fairly standard build. The exactly the same build on the Demon Witch. I'm not too sure. As we see a dive going on, Spectre extremely low cast was already used, and they're gonna be dying like crazy. But Spectral Dagger, and it looks like Visage is gonna go down. No, Lich goes down, but I think Spectre picks up the kill. No, the tower picks up the kill. But be careful, Spectre. You're at 200 HP. He pops himself. So I guess that's actually a good exchange. I know you gave up First Blood, but the fact that your Spectre lived through it and got EXP, and he's having the critty tag, yeah, you are fine, and your Spectre's hitting level 3 soon, so you're getting, I'm assuming you're getting level 3 or level 2 dispersion, so you're gonna be fine. Also, oh, Cass gonna be going in, great stuns going. Oh, are they gonna kill Seeking though? Seeking is gonna be fine. Unfortunately, there was no layer stun from the Venge. Very aggressive play from the Scourge trialing, and they could be aggressive all they want because they have wards, knowing that Enchantress is coming and knowing that she can't be that dangerous at all. And Enchantress is coming with the troll. No, she's gonna do. She's like, yo, where the hell is my camp? Yeah, she's not gonna find anything, and that troll dies. Times out, and that means we're gonna see Scourge make yet another aggressive move. I didn't catch whether Seeking got level 2 dispersion or level 2 dagger. Then you find Enchantress in the jungle, and Enchantress goes down in a blink of an eye. And the Trilane hits level 2. Meanwhile, the dual lane is still a level 2. Critty is level 3 because he got the lucky dive. But we're gonna see some more aggressive action from the Scourge trialing. I'm gonna keep most of my attention on the Scourge trialing, because I think this is where most of the kills will be happening. But just sneaking and picking the mid lane, 2 and 6 on the Demon Witch, and 6 and 6 on Stormster. So despite of what I said earlier, okay, you guys might see this and you guys might think, well, doesn't Storm outlane line? This is exception. I don't know what the hell is happening here, but in theory. Line definitely outlanes the Storm, but I'm not too sure why it's not happening in practice. Wasn't paying attention. But looking at on the top lane, 5-1 is that Puck, and 14-3 is the Weaver, and that's working out fine. Haste Rune on the Vengeful Sphere, and I think the Sentinel does know. Do they know? Yeah, they do know. They do have a ward here, so they should have definitely saw. And but there's not a good avenue of attack for the Venge because these guys are close enough to the tower where the tower will help out, but still close enough to the creep wave where they get the EXP. And we're not seeing the best creep equilibrium. It looks like, yeah, they turn on the Ring of Basilius. They're going to go for a push. And let's see. Or they're not going to go for a push, but they're going for a killing attempt under the tower. And Visage, no, they're going to go for, okay, well, fine. Get some kills going on. Why are you guys so defensive? You guys could definitely go for a kill. No, they're going to go for the Enchantress. They see the ward counter warding, and they're going to just come. They're going to come. They send the Hellcaller to scout ahead, and I think this is a really good play from the Tyloo lane. They're very defensive, but they're playing it the right way. They're staying back, and good counter ward from the Enchantress. This counter ward killed the Magic Bush ward, but I think he blocked one of his camp. I'm not too sure what it did, but it looks like we're gonna have a smoke gang come into the mid lane, and this is exactly what this line needs. Line's a little bit behind. He's 5 and 6, but I'm not too sure whether that was a 6th sense or whether that was really lucky. The exact correct moment, the Stormster decides to check top rune, and with this double damage, he might be able to turn a gank around. It's gonna be very unlikely. We're gonna see Lion hitting 6 very soon. If he gets his gank to his favor, he will definitely hit 6. Stormster senses 2 heroes missing. Despite that, I mean, of course this ward didn't see anything, but he senses it, and he's gonna stay very close to the tower. Enchantress comes around, and that smoke gang is gonna be total fail, and that critically gave some very precious level to the Lich, and gave some very precious level to the Spectre, who's hitting level 5. He actually is skilling Spectral Dagger instead of the Dispersion, which I guess a little bit surprising. Can they make an attempt? No, these guys are just falling back. So despite 2 early kills going to the LGD, some great defensive play coming from Tyloo, just do proper positioning and I guess good sense of map awareness. They're not getting anything done. LGD, I mean, I suppose they're keeping the Spectre down in terms of farm, but Spectre has 11 creep kill. Yeah, I guess they're doing a fairly good job of keeping down his farm, but critically he has the EXP, and I mean, I guess Spectre can get some KS when he's level 6, so it's never really good to have let Spectre, because you never know. Sometimes, ooh, what the hell? The Lich just nuke a creep? What's that about? Was he sensing a push coming on? They're gonna make a dive? No, I don't think they can make a dive. Yeah, because there's no good creeps to bounce the cask off. So I think I think the Sentinel, the Scourge, excuse me, is just being a little bit impatient. We do have a smoke gang coming in. We have a smoke Centaur Outrunner. Wow. That's legit, because he could run in and hit you for 18 damage. Puck TP is at bot. Yeah, Puck TP is at bot. I think the Sentinel realizes, yeah, ZSMJ messed up call it missing. They're like, yo, Puck's level 6. I think this is how you say it. 小龙 is 6级，他不在了，可能到下路。That's probably how you said it. Yeah. And then Puck is not gonna die now, is he? Oh, good bait on the Maximus, the bait out the face, and then okay, yeah. So good communication from LGD. Definitely realized that Puck was missing, and Puck again. I always say this whenever this is a Puck game. Puck is probably one of the best counter gankers out there. Storm Zips in the mid lane. We're gonna have a Illusionary Orb and a Waning Rift. Oh, unfortunately, late Waning. Where the hell was the Waning Rift? Did he not have mana for the Waning Rift? I'm not too sure. I guess he had mana for the Waning Rift. But anyways, there's a gank on the bot lane. Lich goes down. Only caught the tail end of it, but you might have guessed. Out of position, Lich, Magic Missile, Cask, Soul Assumption, easy kill. And I think this tower is going to go down. Spectre can't hang around. He is level 6. And level 6 Spectre means that when you're casting on something, I guess you could use your ult to kind of mitigate the cast to some effect, but I think this tower should be going down. Why are they not pushing the tower? Turn on your Ring of Basilius. Both these teams are just playing outside of my expectation. Not to say that my expectation is always correct, but I guess it's fairly correct most of the time. I guess they're waiting for this siege unit. Turn on your Ring of Basilius. Push into kill. Damn it. Line is level 6, but he has lost his lane. He's going to find a Centaur. Stomps. Okay, alright. And good defensive play. I mean, Enchantress, generally, we assume Enchantress to be a very offensive hero, and she's always played like that. You know, you gank into a lane. But right now, this Enchantress playing very, very defensively, and I think he's doing a fairly good job. Which, by the way, if you want to play a defensive Enchantress, the creep you're looking for is the Soul Sealer, the Mana Burn creep. Yeah, just send that creep into the trialing and mana burn like absolutely crazy. You would just piss off the trialing so hard. Just send it in, mana burn, and send it back out, and then come back and mana burn, and then yeah, you're gonna just annoy them so much. And it looks like Spectre might be in the wrong side of the creep wave. He is gonna be in trouble. There's a crow flying at Vitality booster being picked up. I like this choice. Now we're sitting at 1k HP on Spectre. 8 minutes in, 1k HP on the Spectre. You're going to be fine, but they're going to make it go on the Lich. Lich out of position again. There's going to be a Magic Missile, and that is going to be a dead Lich. Faith goes down. Spectre needs to be careful because they can easily turn around. Spectre hits level 7, but I think that's, yeah, he's maxing the Spectral Dagger, which I think in this trialing might be better to max. Ooh, yo, what are you doing? But is that Puck teleporting in? That is the Storm Spirit. They're going to go for the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor has the Voodoo Restoration, and Cast bouncing back and forth. And oh my god, these ganks are just not working out. I think Spectre might be going down as well. What level is that Maledict? I can't even tell. Probably a very low level Maledict. They're gonna die for him. I'm not too sure whether that's the best choice because they could be teleportation coming in. Blind Pale? No, Blind Pale not necessary. And somehow Kaboo dies to a neutral creep. Where the hell is Kaboo? Was that Puck? How the hell did you die to a neutral creep? Were you jungling in terms of a big battle? I don't even know how that happened, but that wouldn't work out. Tower is going to get manned down by the LGD squad, and that is a 2-6 in the favor of LGD and a 1-0 tower lead for LGD. And that's, I mean, I hate to say it, but comparing to StarCraft and Warcraft, like when you go into a Warcraft game, when you go into a StarCraft game, you don't know what to expect. I guess you don't know with 100% of confidence what to expect, because you don't know if someone, like, if you don't know if the let's use StarCraft, right? You don't know if the Protoss player is going to be doing some Reaver drops. You don't know if he's going to be doing to a 2-gate rush. You don't know if he's going to carry your build, right? You don't know. But for Dota, 5 minutes into the game, you know LGD is going to be going for early game strat. So a lot of the excitement is taken out. But I suppose the excitement is watching how the Scourge, I guess, execute the plan. And right now they're executing it very, very superbly. There's some couple of fights at the bot lane that were a little bit of skeptical, but for the most part, they're doing their ganks really well. They're warding out against Enchantress very, very well. So they're playing superb Dota right now. And actually, as I was saying, well, Tyloo don't make that many mistakes. Lich has been critically out of position fairly, good number of times, and he had, as a result, has died. And it looks like we're gonna have a smoke gank going on the top lane against Lich. Does Lich sense it? No, he doesn't. Swarm goes in for the sight and the minus armor, and there's gonna be a cask. Gonna be a level 1 Maledict, I'm assuming. And let's see if LGD.sGty is gonna get the kill. He does. Tower is gonna go down. And there's that Voodoo Restoration. Let me check his Voodoo. Voodoo's level 1, so that means he has either high level cask or high level of Maledict. And I'll try my best to catch what he has. Tower goes down on the top lane, and these two early tower, that means early bracers, early whatever. Early bracer, early strength threats for the Scourge team, and against a Radiance carrier such as the Spectre, and we're gonna see a great initiation from the line at the mid lane. They are gonna trade Avenge in succession though, but I think YYF is fine picking up a 1-for-1 trade here. No, we're gonna have Weaver coming in for more. Lich coming back in. He's not level 6 yet, but I think after if they get a couple kills, they will get level 6. Stormster zips back in, but they did lose the Enchantress in the process. Can they get anything done? Weaver very, very low HP, still critically Lich, not level 6 just yet. A lot of nukage going on. Cast bouncing once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. That is a high level cast, so he is maxing cast, which I believe is a great choice because cast is one of the most offensive spell against the dual lane, also against the tri-lane as well. But when you lose one hero, I suppose more offensive against the dual lane. And Weaver, level 11, has a Vanguard finish. I would like to see a Medallion Courage. I don't think he'll get it though. I think it would be a great choice if you get it against the Frost Armor, but I don't think he'll get it because most likely we're going to see ZSMJ going for that Radiance Rush or Relic Rush. But this game is just very standard. Cookie Cutter. I don't think LGD is going to lose this game right now. And 12 minutes in, the game is decided. Luminous, are you being too anticlimactic, anti-dramatic? I think I am, but I'm gonna say it as I think. We're gonna see a smoke gank, or I don't know what you call it, a gank. They're using Smoke of the Sea just to run the mid lane a little bit quicker. And let's see if they can find anyone. Let me check out YYF's farm. If he picks up a Blink Dagger early, it's gonna be done. He has 100 gold in the bank. So does he have anything? No, he doesn't. I guess he just completed his treads. We're going to have Smoke Heroes coming in from the Scourge. And can they get a swap? If they can swap the Puck and then layer a couple stuns on him, that's going to be done. And I think Puck might be a little bit out of position. Nope. Smoke runs out, and they definitely see the Venge now. They definitely see the Visage and everyone. And let's see if they can defend this. The problem is, yeah, you can see them coming, but are you guys strong enough to defend this? I think even if the Puck gets a 4-man Dream Core, I'm not too sure whether they're high enough level to kill them. Lich this time is level 6 though, so the team fight might be a little bit different, but keep in mind that they do have the Familiars, which can tank a couple of good Chain Frost damage. There's that Stone Form just slowing them down. Level 9 Storm Spirit does have the Arcane Boots. Arcane Boots on Storm Spirit has becoming more and more popular nowadays because the Arcane Boots it's an earlier build. Ooh, 200 something damage on that bird. But anyways, yeah, the Arcane Boots give you about 100 extra mana over the Intrets, and also it's a little bit more team-based played. And also it's an earlier item in terms of, it gives you more benefit earlier in the game. As we see gank on the bot lane here, they're gonna try to kill the line. They are definitely gonna kill the line. Finger of Death. No, they're not gonna get the finger off, and YYF goes down, and that's gonna slow down his dagger. Good I guess comeback gank, I suppose. Is that a comeback gank? That's not a comeback gank. That's just like trying to get back in the game gank. But critically, the Spectre does have Vanguard finish, so she is pretty tanky, sitting at like 12k HP, 1200 HP. So it's gonna be hard to kill the Sea King. But I don't think LGD cares about killing Sea King right now. They care about killing the Storm Spirit. They care about killing the towers, killing Lich. If the Sentinel is gonna come back, and I might have called this game a little bit too early because LGD just died. The line just died. I might have called the game too early, but if the Sentinel team is coming back, it's going to be come back on the back of that Storm Spirit. It's going to be coming back on the back of the good Chain Frost. If the Storm Spirit could zip in and activates the BKB against the Scourge lineup, they will turn the team fights around. Spectre, probably if the Sentinel wins the game, the Spectre is going to get all the glory at the end game screen. He's going to have like 200 creep kills and the Radiance and all that like tier 4 items. But it's gonna be the Storm Spirit that comes back in the game if they do so, and they're gonna use the cast for push, and they're being very desperate. They want to kill this mid tower, and can they get a hex? They do get a hex, but it actually turns back. Are they a little bit afraid of Spectre's also on cooldown? 4-man Dream Coil, but they can't initiate on this. Enchantress goes in a little bit ahead, but she's gonna eat a finger. Oh my god, Chain Frost bouncing like crazy. Spectre comes in as well, and that's what I mean. You come back through good Chain Frost. It looks like LGD is gonna have their mid-game team fight turn around Spectre on the center. Everything is gonna get a double kill. It looks like Witch Doctor might be the victim of a triple kill. No, the Witch Doctor is going to be fine, but Weaver is in the center of everything. Can he catch off the Spectre, though? Spectre is going to go for a kill. Spectre, no! Magic Wand and Voodoo Restoration, but I think, oh yeah, he is going to get the kill, but he's taking some damage right now. Weaver is going to be in the back with the bugs and the minus armor, and yeah, there's no way. Oh, maybe he has 500 HP. He has a lot of regen. DJGenericname only has one Sakuchi left in him, but I think one Sakuchi is gonna be enough. Yeah, so I mean that is you want to call that a mistake? I'm not too sure what that was a mistake. It's oh ancients. Oh my god, DJGenericname. He'd be like, wow. He's swearing in Chinese right now, and I guess I could teach you guys a couple of swear words, but that would be very unprofessional, right? So yeah, he's swearing in Chinese. He chased it for like 2 hours, and be like, yo man, that was some ancient. That was some what are these things called? These called like thunder lizards. Yo, those are some like, yeah, they those lizards just totally make up. Are they gonna get a tower deny out of this wall? I think they might just get a tower deny as well. They're fighting over this. DJGenericname taking some tower focus. Who is going to last hit? No, Lich is going to get the last hit. So, wow. But they are going to kill the Enchantress very quickly. Dreamcoil gets 2 or 3 people. There's Enchantress coming here. Storm Spirit zips back in. Storm Spirit is going to try to get a kill. No! Good Hex is coming in though. But, no. Target your wards. Target your wards. What's going on? 830. Oh my god, 830 is going to get picked off as well. So Sentinel, despite of what I predicted, is going to come back in this mid lane. Where the hell's that Weaver? Weaver has no mana, pops the wand. Pops the, yeah, I guess that was a wand. But I don't think he get any kills done. No, he's gonna go for it. He's time-lapsing out. Yo, what's he doing? He has a regen? Was that regen? No. What the hell is going on? Stormstead zips out. They are going to, yeah, okay. Nothing's happening. It's just a lot of flashes, but no kills. A Puck comes back out. Yo, Puck, you're gonna be fine. Okay, Puck zips out. So LGD, not the best coordinated early games. They kind of just jumped in, ate a lot of Dream Coils. I was thinking, well, even if you eat a 4-man Dream Coil, it's not gonna be like, you're not gonna have no trouble because you're gonna be so ahead. But now, if you want to look at the score, it's 11-12. Tyloo is coming back off some good Chain Frosts, off some good Storm jumps, and it seems like LGD is just not having their day. Like, this is a game they need to win because they're already down a game. They have the superior early game. They should win the superior early game. But as we transition in mid game here, we have Spectre. Let me see how many kills Spectre has. Spectre has 4, 2, and 5. That's a good score. You want Spectre, and also has a 2K going to bank and a Vanguard completed. Looks like there's a Centaur. Yeah, it looks like the LGD team is gonna pick up a Aegis, but like you have a line. I guess Aegis on line is gonna be fine, and they're gonna look for another team fight with that Aegis. But Lion doesn't have a Blink Dagger, and by the time Lion has a Blink Dagger, you gotta keep in mind they have a global haunt on the other end, so you can't really always rely on your Blink Dagger as the best form of initiation because it might get cancelled. Puck does not have the Blink Dagger yet, and Puck is gonna get initiated. He gets the Dream Coil down, and that's nothing done. Chain Frost is gonna be imminent. Chain Frost on these guys, and it's gonna bounce non-stop. Venge goes down. Okay, we have a Finger of Death. No Finger of Death. Storm Surge zips and isolates, and no, we're gonna have Chain Frost, or not Chain Frost, the Death Ward not doing too much damage. Chain Frost, actually, Chain Frost, not Chain Frost, it's the Death Ward, excuse me, I keep calling it Chain Frost. Death Ward doing a lot of damage, and actually Spectre will be going down. A good comeback team fight from the LGD team. DJGenericname goes for a triple kill. Let me check his farm right now. He has a relic finish. He will have the Radiant, so never mind what I just said. They lost like a couple of team fights, but critically it was DJGenericname that survived all those team fights and got all those kills in the team fights. So he is filthy rich with the Vanguard completed. By the way, I want to point out he has no boots. He has no boots picked up. Once in a while we see a Quap doing this. Once in a while we see a Weaver doing this. Because you have Sakuchi, because you got Blink, you feel like, well, I don't really need the boots. And I guess that build is okay. I mean, it's fine. Although I just feel like sometimes, like boots give you so many good bonus. Like the treads give you good bonus. The phase speed give you a lot plus damage. Arcane boots, we never see the Weaver get arcane boots, but you guys get what I mean. Like it's okay to skip your boots because that is 1500 gold, 1400 gold that could go into your relic a lot sooner. I suppose that's not a bad, not a bad alternative, but it also definitely has this disadvantage. Looks like we do have boots being picked up on the Weaver. Radiance is completed, 20-minute Radiance and the Range Vanguard, and we could go into some push going on now. Like they definitely need some push going on. Yes, Blink Dagger already finished on the Demon Witch. Haunt is not on. Yeah, Haunt is online. So just be careful with your Blink Dagger. Don't get initiated on the Puck. But now they do have some good weapon to combat that Puck. So far, Puck has been dropping off some really good ults. Getting some like 4 or 5 Dream Coils in, 4 or 5 man Dream Coil, and that's crucial. That's what started the team fight at the bot lane for that Lich. Got some good Chain Frost and dealt some really good significant damage. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And it looks like they're gonna try to get a gank on that. Can they get a blink? No. Wow. Okay, that was just sad. But you get yet another tower, so that's 5 towers to nothing. 5 towers to nothing and Lion Illusion. Okay, 5 towers to nothing for LGD, and they are gonna pick up this 6th tower. I'm sure of it, unless we see a magnificent team fight. Now when the Storm Spirit zips in, he needs to be careful. I think the only person he could initiate on right now is against the Lion. Like if you zip in, if you don't initiate on the Lion will just isolate you with the Impale, with the Hex, and you're gonna be done. So, but Lion's smartly hiding. He's hiding very far away. Tower goes down to the Scourge team. Scourge team could continue with the push because they're just so stacked. Are they gonna back off? These Chinese teams. They could push, but they're like, no. We just came here for the towers, and when we got the tower, so we're gonna go back. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's see what ZSMJ is going up for next. It'll be a good idea if he complete the treads, although Medallion will be really good. Like you really want to be a little bit careful of the Lich armor. It's +3, so it's not that high, but you want to have something to counteract against it. Are they waiting for the 2nd incarnation of Roshan? I don't think they need the Roshan. They're gonna just defend this tower for now, pick up the treads, go for the push. Let's check out how everyone's doing on the gold. 3200 on the Spectre. Man, every one of these games I've been casting, it's always a Radiance carrier. Well, not in this case, not the Weaver, but the PL on the Virus game, the Syllabir in the game 1 of the series. It's like is he gonna make the Radiance in time? Is he making it in time? As we see a big team fight in the jungle, a big cluster F. I don't even know what's happening, but the Chain Frost bouncing non-stop. But that Death Ward is gonna do some damage before he dies. Storm Spirit zips on the Lion, but Lion has a haste ring, so I guess he's fine. No, he's gonna go down. But now we have Weaver with the. Is he gonna do? Yeah, he's not gonna get the kill. But now we have a Spectre versus Weaver fight. But I think Weaver is gonna definitely win this fight. Meanwhile, ZSMJ's Bug got a kill on the Storm Spirit somewhere, and ZSM just picked up an easy double kill, and I think that's Rax time. Do they have any buyback? Spectre can buy back, but no, if she buy back, there's no hope. So meanwhile, I guess they're gonna just weather the storm. Hopefully they could use some glyph and defend the tower as long as possible. And I'm not too sure how that team fight started. Apologize, my map awareness this game hasn't been the best. Missed a couple of early game kills, but I suppose it's okay. You guys are catching the big picture. It's 15-20. I mean, LGD might win this game, but when they win this game, I'm not gonna be happy with their win. It's a win, and they're gonna make the series 1-1, but it's not the most flawless victory. You know what I'm saying? Like the mid-game team fight wasn't pretty. When Tyloo won, it was a stomp. It was like a 12-2 victory. But in this game, it's like 15-20. The score is fairly close, and that's a good indication of that Tyloo, that LGD is making a lot of mistakes. Especially you have a very superior early game lineup. You should be winning the early game quite flawlessly. So, although there's a Chain Frost and a Dream Coil on the other end, so like it's really hard not to die against that combo. ZSMJ. If ZSMJ gets a heart right now, like the game's over. He does have 3,200 in the bank. He's definitely gonna go for that Reaver, and a Reaver on a Weaver. Yeah, that's pretty much like I don't care how many Chain Frosts you go on him. I don't care if you're isolating him. Yeah, there's just no way you're gonna kill him because with that time lapse, he's gonna be fine. But critically though, Storm Spirit, has that BKB finished. So if he zips in, no, he gets blinked on. We're gonna see a good impale. Good, yeah. Are they gonna get it? They are gonna get it. And Stormstrick dies. And can they get a kill on the? No, they're not gonna get a kill. They actually use a swarm on him. That's very surprising because swarm is a fairly long cooldown. But no, ZSMJ just chases endlessly. It's gonna get a kill. So that's 2-0 kill. Neither of these players have buyback. And there is no relic picked up on Seeking yet. Like Seeking is playing a dark type Pokemon right now. Like he's playing, is that a ghost? Yeah, that's like he's playing Haunter right now. Like it's not Seeking. So there's no same type attack bonus. You know, like he doesn't do extra damage, and against his lineup, it's just not very effective. So. Good ban from LGD. Swap goes on to Enchantress. Enchantress, a lot of nuke being dumped on her, and that Blink Impale. ZSMJ's godlike, and I mean, like even if he dies, yeah, he has buyback go. He has so much gold in the bank. Let me check how much gold in the bank. He has 800 in the bank. Just bought something on the secret shop. There you go. Heart completed on the Weaver. GG is gonna be caught anytime soon. Hunt comes in for the Spectre. Why? Oh, I guess he just want to check out what items they had and just want to feed. Was that a good bait? I guess that was a bait, but it's not a bait if you just die, right? Yeah. Well, they did pick off 2 kills, so I guess that was a pretty good bait. Time lapse on the Weaver. Weaver gets dusted, but I don't think they can make a go on him. Yeah, so I guess that was a pretty good bait. No, but the return of ZSMJ beyond godlike now, and Blink Hex, Blink Impale, 1 goes down. ZSMJ beyond godlike. Can they pick off the Enchantress? What they can. If the Enchantress chases too far, they definitely can. Weaver has a heart, 2400 HP. He's just gonna farm up top, no big deal. I think LGD should just persist with this push. Like they could just live through all the barrage. Once they have a swarm comes up, when they have a Blink Impale from the line, they could just definitely go for it. By the way, Mana Boots and Mega finish on the Necrotic Hood already finished as well. There's a swarm, and that is gonna push the Sentinel team back, and they are gonna go for the second top racks. Everyone just teleporting. Now someone teleporting to the bot lane. Who is that teleporting? That's Witch Doctor teleporting to the bot lane. I might forget the bot lane. Just go for the racks. Lich coming in. Does he have Chain Frost? I think all the spells is on cooldown. Yeah, Chain Frost is on cooldown. 7 seconds to a Storm Spirit. I think Tyloo is gonna make for a last stand once that Storm Spirit comes back. But I think this melee racks, yes, melee racks gets denied. Lich goes down, and they just lost a lot of nuke damage. Let's see what the Puck and the Storm could do, because that's a lot of AOE crowd control. That's a lot of singling out. That's a lot of silence. But nope, the Scourge team just turns back, calls for the save. And that should be the game. We're gonna see a bot push coming in from the Scourge team, and that is gonna be it. Let's see how everyone's gonna go. There's a Vitality booster being picked up on. I like this choice. Again, if I just 2x speed through this end game replay, or if I quit out of replay, you guys might have seen this. But look at this Vitality booster. Like, just buy items that will just end the game. Don't buy standard build item. I think the standard transition after this is a BKB. But like, you know the game's gonna be ended. You know there's no reason to go for a BKB when the item you could pick up right now will help you win the game. And that the Vitality booster will help you win the game. He's gonna finish the Vanguard. Like normally, I would just be spending the next 5 minutes bitching about this Vanguard, how range Vanguard is gonna be bad, blah blah blah. But in this game, when you're winning the game like this, and when you're trying to finish the game, again, just buy the item that finishes you the game. And all these players are doing that, and they realize that as well, and they're gonna go back for the Aegis, get that assurance, and then just finish the game. I'm gonna put it on ZSMJ. He's gonna run in like a madman. I guess you could also put it on the line. That wouldn't be bad either. But yeah, the game is just playing it out, and I think Tyloo right now should be thinking about how they're gonna be doing in the next game. I think maybe giving the Weaver to ZSMJ might be a little bit of too much to handle. Looks like the line is gonna pick up the Aegis, or if you want to give the Aegis to ZSMJ, don't put your Puck against it, because Puck is definitely gonna get outlane for sure. There's no way in hell a Puck will outlane a Weaver. I guess any decent Weaver won't get outlaned by a Puck. And yes, we all know that ZSMJ probably one of the best Weaver out there, and yeah, look at his farm. 181, is that 181? Yeah, 181 in 30 minutes. That's 6 a minute. and he's farming like crazy. And you know, but I don't think LGD should get too comfy. Again, they won this game, but it's not a flawless victory. Tyloo has shown some very very good resilience that they need to be very careful about in the third game. And this will be again a best out of 5 series. Tower is going to be going down. Melee racks short to follow. And I'm just waiting for that jump from the Storm Spirit and jump from the Pocket. Let's see what they could do. They need to isolate the Weaver. Can they get anything? That great swap. Hunt comes in. Dream Coil and Chain Frost coming in as well. Can they kill the... No, there's a time lapse. Where that Lion kills off someone. And then a lot of damage being done on the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor, oh, actually hurting really bad. And we can see the... And now we have Spectre being completely isolated. Can he get the kill on this? Yeah, he gets a kill on the Witch Doctor, but he's going to go down shortly after. Yeah, a Woe calls the GG, leaves the game. Let me see the... Okay, can they... Yeah, okay. Weaver dies. Is Storm Spirit going to die? Triple kill being picked up on ZSMJ, and... Okay, yeah. Game's over, and I believe I gave... I guess sufficient in-game analysis. I think pairing the Puck against the Weaver was the mistake number 1. Pairing your dueling against the Triling was mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 was having a Storm against the Lion. Like I said early game, every single lane was outmatched, outpicked. I don't know what you call it, but every single lane was in the favor of LGD. Great play from Super though, turned the mid lane of game around. I thought YYF would have won the mid lane, but I guess he's no X, he's no eHome X, he's no eHome Die. Wasn't winning the game as superbly as I expected it, but the 2 lanes from the Scourge just won it. The 2 silence from Scourge just won it, and it just went downhill for Tyloo there. Tyloo has some good mid-game team fight, great dream coils, great storm jumps, but by that time, ZSMJ has not died. Did he die a single time? Let me see his score. He's 14-0-7. Like, if you have a 14-0-7 on Weaver, like, that is a good game. Like, he has made up half the kills on his team. Yeah, if you don't kill the Weaver a single time in a game, there's really difficult chance of winning. So, I mean, ZSMJ farmed up big, carried big, and that's all she wrote. So, that's game 2. Look forward to game 3. You will be catching it on Dota Commentary fairly soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this one-sided game, another yet one-sided game. But I hope you guys learned something for... Oh, yeah, one thing I wanted to stress out. If you could win the game, just go fucking win the game. And buy items that will fucking win you the game. If you're the line here, hey... who cares if BKB is the next standard trend? Who the fuck cares? Just buy that Vitality booster, buy the Vanguard, and just go win. I have to say, this Vanguard probably saved his life in this team battle. Well, he has the Aegis, so I guess it didn't matter at all. But you guys know what I mean, right? If you could win the game, go win the game. Many times in lower level games, especially in pubs, people that could win the game just drag out the game too long because they don't recognize they could win the game, and then they just in turn losing the game. So all these good players recognize they could win the game, buy the correct items to win the game, and then they win the game. You know how it all goes back to focusing to winning the game? Like, this is what Dota is about, right? Winning the game, right? Winning the game. Okay, I think I just said winning like 20 times, and this shit even... this wasn't even a Charlie Sheen video, so you know what I'm saying? Alright, okay, so LGD takes game 2. The score is 1-1, and I will see you in game 3 of the Tyloo versus LGD series. Hope to see you then, and this is Lunas signing off. GG, guys.